Okay, we'll start rolling from here.
But making videos talking about myself seems totally antithetical to the Q ethos, and I kind of hate it. But the DIA and Q Plus are making me, so here goes nothing. My name is Austin Steinbart. I'm a 29-year-old DIA agent from Chandler, Arizona. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll see that I've been having a pretty wild time out here in Westworld working on this Q project. Q is a military intelligence operation, the first of its kind. One that uses space-age quantum technology to post messages from the future to internet forums in the present. It's kind of like that movie The Frequency with Dennis Quaid, except with a quantum computer. The main characters in this story are President Trump, Admiral Rogers, General Flynn, the DIA, myself, and Q+, the future commander of the future Space Force, augmenting himself with time-warping artificial intelligence and running point on this whole thing. Messages on the board serve several purposes. The first one is providing the public with a behind-the-curtains look at a live spy operation that is currently in progress. The second is to give me, personally, Baby Q, hints as I complete this little nightmare scavenger hunt from hell that I've been on. Over the course of this mission, I've infiltrated hotels, data centers, top secret document warehouses, and military bases. So some of the gobbledygook posted on those boards are actually direct messages to me personally containing hints for things I happen to be dealing with at a given time.
So, it would be safe to say this video created an explosion of interest and intrigue surrounding this man you see here, Austin Steinbart. As an independent YouTube creator and reporter on The Strange, I have been allowed unusual access to Austin's operation. As someone who reported on various connections Austin may have had with this special board of posts, it became paramount for me to determine if there were clues over the last 8 to 10 months that suggests how this guy's story is going to evolve in the future. An obvious question is, was everything claimed real? Is Austin expected to re-emerge in a rather heroic way in the near future? Does Austin have any specific roadblocks to his success at this point? Are there any distractions that have to be put out of the way? So first, I'll briefly share with you a secret concerning Austin's birth. For me, symbolic birth circumstances don't really prove anything, but this reality has allowed us to search the depths and determine that there are many layers to a given situation. Sometimes unusual frames of reference allows for perspectives invisible to the mind and physical eye. Having been granted his permission, I now show you his birth chart. If you look carefully, there are relationships between planets that form lines that go across the chart. Is there a particular shape you see here that seems emblematic and very familiar to Austin? See it now? At least in terms of shape, it would appear Austin's aspirations are more closely linked to the real Space Force versus the imaginary Starfleet. I wouldn't say it's a perfect match, but something to pay attention to nonetheless. Some other details I'll bring up from this chart. His Pluto is strengthened by its trine relationship to the Sun and Saturn. However, it's weakened by an opposition to Mars. This is negative in the sense that Mars is a malefic planet. Having opposition to Pluto in many individuals can create an inner tension. The same will go for squares between Mars and Pluto. For many of the millennials, Pluto has been in the sign of Scorpio, which is a positive position for Pluto, and generationally may relate to uncovering the sins of the forefathers, which you may say has been my own path as a co-millennial, and something that other well-known millennials such as Tim Pool, Owen Schroyer, among others, are doing. His Jupiter is retrograde in Leo and appears to have some placement issues. As you see, it is in opposition to Venus. It is in conjunct Neptune, placed in the 5th house. The 5th house is the house of sports, entertainment, play, and romance. Feeling in the chart, it's shown to have a square relationship with Vespa, which is this little glyph here. But in association with Vespa here, you see this glyph. This glyph is at Mythos, which is actually the name of my YouTube channel. Therefore, it is possible that I may have some type of karmic relationship with Austin in this particular circumstance. Let's now read the Sabian symbol for Austin's Admetos placement. 13th degree Taurus symbolic degree. Measuring devices are tidily kept in a small carpenter shop. The door is wide open, but a strong man blocks the way with a long rod he holds across the entrance. The interpretation: humble, accommodating, and hard-working character. One appreciates well-done work and dedicates one's life to other people. Endeavors aiming at defending the cause of justice and fraternity are fully rewarded. The man with a rod symbolizes a protection against hatred and negative forces. This degree endows with great moral authority and, at a higher level, gifts of occultism. Now, given the type of relationship I've had with Austin Steinbart, is there anything that you could infer from that particular reading? I will now explore with you a more in-depth look into the sociologic and spiritual elements of Austin's current predicament in a second part. We'll strive to also upload today, but I can't guarantee that.